Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Na cetang nongya. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Na cetang nongya. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Na cetang nongya. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Na cetang nongya. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Na cetang nongya. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Na cetang nongya. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Na cetang nongya. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Na cetang nongya. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Na cetang nongya. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Na cetang nongya. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Na cetang nongya. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Na cetang nongya. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Na cetang nongya. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Na cetang nongya. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Na cetang nongya. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Na cetang nongya. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Na cetang nongya. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Na cetang nongya. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Na cetang nongya. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Na cetang nongya. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Na cetang nongya. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Na cetang nongya. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wembel maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Nachitong nunga. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Nachitong nunga. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Nachitong nunga. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Nachitong nunga. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Nachitong nunga. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Nachitong nunga. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Nachitong nunga. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Nachitong nunga. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Nachitong nunga. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Marek muk muk marakan wambul maraj. Nachitong nunga.
Just like to call Auntie May Button up to do the Welcome to Country.
Well, here we go again. Full house. Before we go, I'd just like to pay my respects, or would like us, and have a minute's silence. Sorry, business. Thank you. My name is May Button, and good evening. And it's an honour to be doing Welcome to Country. I'm a little bit more at ease now than I was this morning. Oh, hang on, I forgot something. I forgot my makeup. There we go. Doesn't make it any easier. You still feel nervous when you look out there and see. Never mind. But that's what it's all about. I told family and friends I'm not normal. And sometimes because of what's been happening, it's okay not to be normal. And I never graduated. So I mentioned I'm going to wear my gown anyway. And I have my hat. And because sometimes we need to let go, to let our hair down. So a few months ago, or a month ago, I actually took mine off, cut it off at home. It used to be down here. Now he's gone. It is down, it's laying on the floor. But anyway, I would like to, let you know that my dad is Dangari. He's also high up in the Dangari tribe. My mum is Bidwell Kurnai on the borderline in Victoria. And of course, I'm born in the middle, which is Dharawal, which makes it even more special for me. And I would like to acknowledge and pay my respects to the elders, past, present, and future. And I would like to acknowledge the land that we stand on, that we walk on. The land of the Eora, the Wadi Wadi, the Dharawal, and the saltwater people. Blue, saltwater. This belongs to my mum, and it represents the colour, the land we stand on. So bring the two together, and you have the saltwater people. And I would like to congratulate the students on their pushing through and getting there, for graduating, and for making that effort not to give up. And my advice that I can personally give to you is to continue to be you. Don't let anybody try to get you to wear someone else's shoes, because you are unique. Listen to your heart and not your head, and push forward, because only one can make your dream happen. That's you. Follow your dream and be who you want to be. Because I was part of Stolen Generation, so I was forced to be somebody I'm not. That was then. And now, I got a letter from the government the other day saying I am now officially an old person. So that is why I wore my dressing gown, for another reason. And I also am on a disability pension, arthritis in different areas, mostly in my spine. And so what they want me to do is say I'm not disabled anymore, and tick the box to be old. And if I'm graduating in that area, then I don't want to graduate to be an old person. I want to stay who I am. I'm over being what they want me to be for them. So, sometimes you come with notes. Well, I do anyway, but I see things visually and things change. But that's a part of my culture. I see things in the natural, and if they pop there and then, that means it's got to come out. But the point for this week for me was for the students to be who you are. Doesn't matter what nationality you are, be you. Don't try to walk in somebody else's shoes that they think is best for you. Walk your own walk. It's not easy trying to walk with someone else hanging on to you. I did that with my 3 sisters in the homes. But on that note, I would like to welcome you all here this afternoon and hope you all have lots of fun. And I would like to say, Yalunga, Yalunga. Welcome, welcome. Oh, wait there. I forgot. One of the most important things is for the Indigenous students to come. Is it Wooliyunga? This lady fought my auntie, my blood. That's why it's important for me. I feel honoured to be here representing her, and I brought her along to see that you have somewhere now to go. Back in the day when she was fighting for that, was just a tent, then a shed. But because of her, you now have and you can. So thank you.
Gonde Bango, Gonde Bango, Gonde Bango, Gonde Bango, Inewana, 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 Inewana. Gonde Bango, Gonde Bango, Gonde Bango, Gonde Bango, Inewana, 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 Inewana. Gonde Bango, Gonde Bango, Gonde Bango, Gonde Bango. Hey, hey, na jang dara mirawa minga na chitong nunga. Harry.
Thank you, Auntie May, for those wise words from the heart. I think that message about finding yourself, being yourself, finding your own purpose and way is a really powerful message for our graduates. And also thank you very much indeed for welcoming us all to country. I'd also like to acknowledge and pay my respects to the local Indigenous community leaders and knowledge holders who have led the academic procession in this afternoon. So welcome everyone. My name is Professor Theo Farrell. I am the Deputy Vice-Chancellor and Vice President for Academic and Student Life at the University of Wollongong. And I'm thrilled to be your Master of Ceremonies for this afternoon's ceremony. I would like to acknowledge our Indigenous Strategy Unit and our local Aboriginal community. Their leadership has brought to life a vision for an inclusive, reconciled, and united Australia through this graduation ceremony where we recognise that Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people are the knowledge holders of country. Thank you for joining us here today on this special occasion. Now, before we get going, I'd just like to kindly remind people to please check that your mobile phones are turned to silent. Thank you. The university is extremely proud of our graduates, and we're immensely excited to celebrate your achievements in person here today. We also congratulate family and friends who have supported our graduates on their journey. Now, we know our graduates have been through a lot. They have endured many aspects of the COVID pandemic and have triumphed. And I think here also Auntie May's message about pushing through, showing resilience, getting to the end of the next stage of your journey really ring true. So we are here today to congratulate the graduates of 2019, 2020 and 2021 on their many achievements, and to acknowledge their dedication and commitment to their goals and their aspirations to make our community and our world a better place. So please join me in congratulating them. So I'd like to invite everyone now, please, to stand for an instrumental version of the national anthem. Please be seated. I would now like to introduce the Chancellor, the University's highest official, Ms. Christine McLaughlin, to give the congratulatory address.
Vice-Chancellor, graduates, family and friends, welcome to this graduation ceremony. My name is Christine McLaughlin and I am proudly the Chancellor of the University of Wollongong. I thank the Wollongar people, the Wollongar Indigenous Centre and members of our Aboriginal community for your incredible leading of the procession today. The smoking ceremony was incredibly moving. I pay my respects to Aboriginal elders, past and present, and acknowledge their continued spiritual and cultural connection to the lands on which the University of Wollongong campuses are located. As part of today's celebration, we are focusing on the themes of the artwork Cultural Healing by artists Auntie Lorraine Brown and Auntie Narelle Thomas from the Kumadichi United Aboriginal Corporation. You will see this artwork all around you today on your graduation booklets as part of the stage design and in various other contexts. I would also like to thank today's honorary doctorate recipient, the acclaimed theatre producer, Michael Castle, for being with us to share in this occasion. As an internationally recognised producer and entertainment executive, he has many achievements since graduating from UOW. Michael is truly an example of finding your purpose and following your conviction, and an inspiration to all of us. A warm welcome, Michael, and your wife Camille, father Tony, and children Everly and Vaughan, all here to celebrate with you today. Today is a special occasion for all of us, but especially for you, our graduates. This is your moment, and I could see by the looks on your faces as we walked around the hall that you sort of know that. This achievement is yours to celebrate and to now build from. I feel privileged to be sharing this milestone with you today at this beautiful campus. Returning to personal graduations is such a privilege and delight. Something we took for granted before the pandemic and now I think treasure more than ever. To have the opportunity to share this with fellow students, families and friends is very special. Beyond my work as Chancellor of UOW, I'm Chairman of the Suncorp Group and of Destination New South Wales, and I'm also Director of Cochlear Limited and co-founder of the Minerva Network, a not-for-profit which provides mentoring support for professional athletes by professional businesswomen. I mention this because through the lens of my business background, I see transitions like the ones you're making today from student to graduate as a significant opportunity to re-establish your priorities, take stock and focus on your future, at the same time leveraging all that you've learned both academically and about life at your time of UOW. Of course, this time of celebration is important and I hope you soak up every minute of it and the joy that is around you today. But I also want to emphasise that this is not a conclusion, indeed this is a beginning. As an individual, you need to capture these feelings of pride, energy and passion and take them with you into your future. As a cohort, you share in a unique experience whereby your studies were disrupted by an extremely challenging time in our history. So much has changed during this period, from our ability to cross domestic and international borders, supply chains for critical products and services, the exponential rise of technology enablement and dependency, and a general change in the way we did seemingly simple things, including the way we learnt. This ceremony is public recognition of your commitment and achievement. It is our absolute privilege to be here with you today and to have played an integral role in your greater journey. We look forward to witnessing the incredible work you do from here. I offer my own congratulations and those of the University Council. You have already begun your next chapter. I hope that your experiences at UOW have not only shaped the person you are today and the career you're about to embark on, but also the curiosity, empathy, and compassion that you will take with you. The world is changing so quickly, And as we face complex social, environmental and economic challenges, I'm confident that as graduates of the University of Wollongong, you are well placed now to forge your own future. Graduation is also an opportunity to thank all of those who made your achievements possible, your family, your friends, your teachers and your colleagues. This is a special moment for them too, and I'm sure they are extremely proud of how far you have come. Today, we acknowledge the important role that they have played and invite them to share in your success. I was the first member of my own family to receive a university degree, and the pride and joy that gave to my family and dear friends is a memory I have kept with me, as I have also kept the memory of attending 2 of my own 3 children's graduations. So for those parents in the room, enjoy this moment. Treasure today, all of you. As a graduate of UOW, you are part of a truly global university network. We deliver programs in campuses in Dubai, Hong Kong and Malaysia, and have partner institutions in China and Singapore. You can feel proud to be part of a university with an outstanding reputation that spans the globe. The completion of your studies at UOW make you one of the most employable graduates in Australia and indeed the world. The success of our graduates is the basis for the university's strong reputation, ranking among the top 1% of universities globally. And with the current national skills shortage, which I see in all of the organisations that I'm involved in, it is an extremely promising and exciting time to be graduating with a degree from UOW, as businesses and all organisations are looking for skilled and passionate people, just like you. So go out, be bold and get in there. You know this, graduates, you are our greatest achievement, and along with our researchers and partners, you're at the heart of UOW's mission to create lasting and positive impact. It's this community of like-minded people that has shaped our university to become a world leader for social and economic impact. Together with our partners, we are working to solve the biggest questions facing society and striving towards a better quality life for future generations. As with all the other changes that will happen in your lives following graduation, today also marks a new kind of connection with this university, one I hope will be lifelong, through further study or as a proud ambassador. Joining our vibrant global community of more than 163,000 alumni from 179 countries, you are connected by the shared experience of studying at the University of Wollongong. I encourage you to stay connected with the university and your fellow graduates. The relationships you've formed during your time here will be invaluable for years to come. Beyond today's celebration, I encourage you to set your sights high and work towards something you believe in, because when you find your purpose, you will find your place. Again, my best wishes and congratulations to all our graduates, and may you have a very happy and very memorable graduation day. And thank you all so much for taking the time to be here with us today.
Thank you, Chancellor. It's now my great pleasure to commence the presentation of the 2019, 2020 and 2021 graduates to our Chancellor. I would like to call upon the Executive Dean of the Faculty of Arts, Social Sciences and the Humanities, Senior Professor Sue Bennett, to present the graduates to the Chancellor, Miss Christine McLaughlin, for the Faculty of Arts, Social Sciences and Humanities.
Thank you, Professor Farrell. It's my great pleasure to be celebrating with our graduates today. We're very proud of all you've achieved, and I want to add my personal congratulations to each and every one of you. Would the graduates who are to be presented with undergraduate and postgraduate awards from the Faculty of the Arts and Social Sciences and Humanities please stand? Chancellor, I present to you the graduates to receive awards from the Faculty of the Arts, Social Sciences and Humanities.
In the name of the Council and by my authority as Chancellor, I confirm your admission to the awards for which you have qualified.
Graduates, please be seated.
Yasmin Abdul Latif. Rawati Al Kazai. Katrina Marie Anderson. Jordan Nicholas James Archibald. Juliet Panada Assa. Emma Karen Banfield. Samantha Bergen. Gabriel Chiappa. Jamie Richard Lewis Cox. Jamie Farina. Joshua Matthew Gibb. Madison Hamilton. Eleni Catherine Harris. Samuel John Hodson. Tama Hal Rosicki. Simone Nora. Claudia O'Reilly. Jennifer Ong. Ashley Kate Pello. Brianna Jane Pullen. Jackson Cade Purtell. Dylan Rapley. Peter Louisa Rice. Matilda Annette Morris Robinson. Charlotte Elizabeth Smith. Taylor Todorowski. Man Wing Young. Madeline Atkinson. Danielle Lindsay Bainbridge. Mallory Christine Baird. Taylor Mary Belgray. Isabel May Cork. Ruby Allen Franklin Duffy. Chloe Marie Fredericks. Tian Leslie Guyett. Colleen May Hetherington. Holly Johnson. Madison Louise McFarland. Douglas Anthony McPherson. Katie Ann Mordew. Penelope Ravel. Javier Desmond Soto. Garifalia Stamatopoulos. Alexander Strudwick. Isabella Francis Tuck. Laura Burnich. Byron Frensham. Carla Grace Hoffman-Smith. Amy Mogensen. Grace Murphy. John Peter Raison. Isabel Jean Tanus. Taylor Jade Adlerhoff. Jocelyn Bayan. Monique Kayla Bradley. Sebastian Brennan. Georgina Thelma Bridger. Lillian Patricia Cumulato. Samuel Roger Cunningham. Timothy Dalton. Casey Erin Darling. Luke DeSalvio. Amy Caitlin Dunn. James Estefan. Danielle Godin. Krista Hadjiangeli. Hussein Hijazi. Andrea Caldermis. Holly Elizabeth Kitely. Madison Lundberg. Lydia Marina McGahey. Blake A. Morgan Monk. James Muggeridge. Melanie Nicol. Amelia Raffo. Jack Ridoat. Lachlan Edward Roach. Jasmine Emily Shillett. Katie Jane Scragg. Lydia Claire Shaw. Lauren Rachel Smith. Savannah Stasiowski. Emily Betty Alice Sturgis. Thomas Talevsky. Talia Thomas. Rachel Weiss. Fletcher Winning. Georgia Wright. Lauren Avero. Bella Creswick. Josephine Doyle. Emma Eager. Hannah Emily Garamia. Alicia Grancy. Alexandra Patricia Kosovidis. Kira Jade Leonard. Madison Jane Martin. Danielle Kate Outram. Charlie Shembry. Linda Karina Vasquez. Megan Bibi Webster. Anna Lily Weston. Georgina Elise Woods. Alice Clementine Buckley. Christina DiMeglio. Lorena Grzelak. Alina May Hager. Sophie Joy Ingle. Jessica Reed. Catherine Danielle Slayman. Emma Sloan. Michelle Mary Bowd. Luke Brann. Alison Din. Kelsey Erin Dolan. Cody Dunn. Ashley Grady. Blake Lancaster Hill. Jade Marie Lamas. Elizabeth Bridges. Melissa Jane Davis. Tani Hendricks. Amelia Kate Swain. Derek Alba Rosa. Talitha Can. Sarah Chalmers. Georgia Dunn. Simon Finnegan. Isabella Ginoska. Blake Hoole. Elizabeth Jones. Kristen Ingram Jones. Ricky Joseski. Indigo Lambert. Jeremy McRae. Jacinda Matthews. Georgia Maroney. Eliana Mutavalidis. Myrtle Keith Enrique Sebastian. Georgina May Smith. Angela South. Talia Elizabeth Stevens. Madison Rose Traynor. Kate White. Isabella Youssef. Eleni Jeannie Allen. Wilma Edwards. Jade George. Jennifer Ann Lane. Carmel Elizabeth Leonard. Jasmine Markovsky. Victoria Lillian Morris. James Sutherland. Rachel Lauren Tidbury. Lauren Armstrong. Nasreen Haji Ayub. Thomas Bonanno. Laura Crow. Nasreen Haydari. Seben Lee. Cleo Mayer. Sebastian Rehak. Rebecca Jean Walker. Alexander Charles Oluk. Cooper Leighton Sheether. Alice Strausov. Olivia Cleel. Aish Cowgill. Taylor Duncan. Georgia Ann Dunstan. Emily Kate McCarthy. Vita Pereira Odlum. Isabel Scanu. Holly Forrest. Isabella Ilioski. Tanea Joe. Sean Patrick Naden. Brendan Neville. Jamie Allen Ray. Joel Beaton. Chelsea Cryer. Eilish Barker. Torin Darian Beester. Casey Cleary. Elena Dafter. Molly Gary. Olivia Harris. Leah Marie Herbert. Lachlan Hutchison. Tyler Alexander Monday. Adam John Lee. Naoshi Champion. Emily Hesby. Jomo Kalolwanga Njomo. Penny Marie Katsoulis. Jessica Ann Horn. Isabella Mafucci. Sophie Grace Painter. Namita Tumpail Sunil Kumar. Bethany Clayton. James Dean McInnes. Renee Lee Arblaster. Stephanie Bruckner. Rian Bywater. Isabella Angelina Caruana. Isabella Svetanovic. Justine Della. Angela Faye Gonzaga. Sarah Monique Goodman. Emily Jane Griffiths. Tessa Hansler. Tamara Astrid Lang. Samantha Moulton. Rochelle Eileen Nash. Olivia Notariani. Martine Bagarakas. Aidan Patrick Wade. Liam Lawrence Wakefield. Abigail Rose Zarb. Kelsey Atwood. Brianna Courtney Briggs. Sarah Hall. Brooke Taylor Calashay. Rachel May Sutherland. Sarah Addison. Tamika Keelan Blewett. Sienna Braun. Tiana Shalin. Dudon Cesar. Chantel Garcia. Georgia Gladwin. Keely Grace Higgs. Faye Camille Lara. Charlotte Lee. Tegan Mars. Evelyn Morris. Lauren Newton. Samantha Joan Philpott Moore. Tennille Marie Pyack. Imogen Reardon. Lauren Roach. Kaylee Smith. Shana Solomon. Erin Rose Stansfield. Emily Thurgar. Jade Talia Vermont. Ashley Louise Bailey. Megan Bland. Jessie Lee Ebony Burns. Kathleen Clay. Natalie Dufour. Jessica Dawn Eames Beveridge. Taya Renee Fulton. Sarah Louise Goody. Karen Hackenberg. Ruby Rose Hanson Tarrant. Jessica Kate Hennessy. Bianca Jane Keane. Kirsty Ellen Marie Kinkle. Rachel Mintoff. Jade Celeste O'Hara. Brittany Reese. Tina Christina Sarin. India Madison Joy Simpson. Sam Smeaton. Josiah Stewart. Victoria Eloise Stewart Smith. Heather Souters. Virginia Gay Watson. Abby Wright. Bree Therese Yerbury. Marielle Mary Voles. Isabella Andonoski. Ebony Hogan. Karina Kuda. Zach McLaren. Madeline Cheryl Marie Luck. Talia Smith. Hannah Graham Divany. Michaela Levis. Celia Laleska Udenivia Cordova. Athena Marie Wadey. Lauren Holly. Alyssa Rhodes. Tabitha Rose Lane. Eleni Dematros. Grace Tia Favell. Ashley Jordan. Emily Kate Murphy. Faye Chong. Bethany Rose Garnett. Jace Goosen. Lewis Fisher. Jordan Leader. Kayla Ursaj. Rachel Rose Abbott. Samantha Emily Catterin. Bethany Knight Dukowski. Samantha Holly Gray. Hannah Susan Gregory. Sabrina Sampaio. Jonathan Matthew Vincent Sainty. Hayley Louise Hocking. Ben Oliver Larson. Brittany Northey. Michael Duck. Emma Grace Cozier. Grace Golash. Georgia Elizabeth Rossiter. David James Barnett Clement. Sebastian Woodstock McCollum Manfrin. Caterino Agostino. Nicholas Fitzpatrick Fuller. Stella Penny Hatsis. Olivia Patricia Bowring Greer. Imatakapate Patsy Gina. James John Albert Saba. Rachel Tambaya. Ruilian Zhu. Elizabeth Charlotte Morell Johnston. Rachel Leah McPherson. Bronte May Petrolo. Lucy Kate Rouse. Lauren Suzanne Collins. Jessica Ann Henley Sadgrove. Elizabeth Marie Carter. Jasmine Jade Connell. Callum James Harvey. Annalise Louise Hennessy. Nova Farrell Tucker. Kira Jean Somerville. Eugenia Veronica Bakuris. Le Ming Trang Bui. Joshua Liam Fahy. Claudia Irene Madron. Jade Elizabeth Nora Parker. Kayla Marie Elliott.
Thank you, everyone, and congratulations to our graduates thus far. Okay, we take a break here, and so we're going to be continuing with the presentation of awards shortly. But for now, I'd like to introduce our musical item for today. It's my very great pleasure to introduce Mahalia Barnes, accompanied by Franco Ragat. Mahalia Barnes has been raised in music her entire life. Her childhood years consisted of a musical diet that included Mahalia Jackson, Ray Charles, Ike and Tina Turner, Aretha Franklin, and Stevie Wonder, all of which helped shape her into a powerhouse soul and blues vocalist. She has toured with the likes of Liam Gallagher, Cole Chisel, and Jimmy Barnes. So we're immensely fortunate to have her with us today. Please welcome Mahalia to perform You're the Voice.
We have a chance to turn the pages over. We can write what we want to write. We gotta make ends meet before we get much older. Ooh, we're all someone's daughter. We're all someone's son. How long can we look at each other? Hold down the barrel of a gun. You're the voice, try and understand it. Make a noise and make it clear. Whoa, we're not gonna sit in silence. We're not gonna live with fear. Whoa, this time, you know we all must stand together. We have the power to be powerful, believing that we can make it better. Ooh, we're all someone's daughter. We're all someone's son. How long can we look at each other? Pull down the barrel of a gun. Oh, you're the voice, try and understand it. Make a noise and make it clear. Whoa, we're not gonna sit in silence. We're not gonna live with fear. Whoa, ooh, we're all someone's daughter. We're all someone's son. How long can we look at each other? Pull down the barrel of a gun. Oh, no, no. You're the voice, try and understand it. Make a noise and make it clear. Whoa, we're not gonna sit in silence. We're not gonna live with fear. Whoa, you're the voice, try and understand it. Make a noise and make it clear. Oh, whoa, we're not gonna sit in silence. We're not gonna live in fear. Whoa. Thank you so much and congratulations.
Wow. What a powerful performance. Thank you, Mahalia and Franco. And what a message, really. That's what we want for our students, to find their voice, stand up for themselves, make a difference in the world, make the world a better place. So what a beautiful performance. Thank you. So I'd like to call back to the lectern the Executive Dean of the Faculty of Arts, Social Sciences and Humanities, Senior Professor Sue Bennett, to continue the presentation of graduates to the Chancellor, Miss Christine McLaughlin, for the Faculty of Arts, Social Sciences and Humanities.
Thank you, Professor Farrell. We will now continue with the presentation of the awards.
Karen Algie. Deborah Naomi Dean. Sidra Faruqi. Janisha Manandar. Michael James Neil Dubos. Christina Therese Stanislaus. Shell Daimlein Ateza. Silva Devazia. Sri Jana Kissing. Alfie John. Vernon John Pascal Menezes. Nikat Afrin Sayeda. Anna Thomas. Ravi Teja Yagoti. Xia Wen Li. Narayan Satyal. Poonam Jaj. Ruthan Sanjaya Ranasingha Archiga. Christian Gerard Palisok. Catherine Vinakova. Maleka Alshoni Al-Shara. Neha Aurora. Saliwe Magomana. Maizun Musa Mohammed. Haralambia Sfakianakis. Doma Hayomo Sherpa. Srijana Shrestha. Chelsea Angela Smith. Dominique Oust. Sharon Roseanne Bauer. Sarah Elizabeth Cheetham. Jessie Louise DeRosa. Ekta Gumit Kaur-Jim. Julie Ann Lynch. Lina Maria Martinez Alvarez. Rebecca Lee Erin Kate Spears. Zoe Elise Stewart. Yana Evron Vincent. Madison Southam. Timothy Andrew Swire. Anjali Vinod Nair. Bronte Leigh Covington. Chiara Alyssa Montenegro. Jamie Beth Nugent. Amy Michelle Cunningham. Tegan Barclay.
It is now with great pleasure that I'm able to announce our doctoral award recipients today. Will the graduates who are to be presented with doctoral awards from the Faculty of the Arts, Social Sciences and Humanities please stand? Chancellor, I present to you the doctoral graduates from the Faculty of the Arts, Social Sciences and Humanities, who, by reason of their theses and other work at the university, have met the requirements for admission to doctoral degrees.
In the name of the Council and by the authority vested in me as Chancellor, I confirm your admission to the doctoral degrees for which you have qualified.
Chancellor, I present to you for their doctoral degrees, for the examination of collection as process and method in artistic production, Dr. Newell Marcel Harry. For their examination of the material and emotional geographies of parenting in apartments, Dr. Sophie May Kerr. For their exploration into determinants of high sugar intake among adults in Australia, Dr. Ajay Gupta. For their examination into the extent and nature of children's request behaviour in the supermarket, the creation and pilot testing of a theory-driven health promotion storybook to improve children's healthy food selections in the food retail sector. Dr. Samia Mohd Jamil. For their study into domestic violence evidence in chief, the audio-visual statements collected by police from complainants following a domestic violence incident. Dr. Helen Simpson. For their study into understanding the British world by identifying the formative family policy influence of the Downers' interpretation of conservatism through the prism of Britishness, Dr. Paul Raymond Brown. For their study into how Malaysian tertiary students build clause combinations into written academic arguments, Dr. Muhammad Noor Afandi Ibrahim. for their examination into the development of explanations of social cognition in terms of the direct, embodied and embedded interaction agents have with their socio-material worlds, Dr. Alan Walter Jurgens. For their study into the adaptation process of Japanese comic aesthetics, that is manga in Thailand, Dr. Tamachat Kairet. For their study into the problem of living with toxicity in the context of India as a normal condition of life, Dr. Dipali Mathur. For their study into mainstream Western media distortion and propaganda in relation to reporting of the Syrian conflict, Dr. Ali Rabia. For their study into the way that the Australian Women's Weekly influenced Australian food culture from the 1930s to the 1980s, Dr. Lauren J. Samuelson. For their study into the ways we make sense out of cultural mess using nerddom as the case study, Dr. Raywin Elise Campbell. For their study into the user experience of disruptive technologies, Netflix and Pokemon Go in Australia, Dr. Loren Siena Vetteretto. I will now present the candidate for the degree Doctor of Letters honoris causa. Will Mr. Michael Anthony Castle please step forward? Chancellor, it gives me great pleasure to present Mr. Michael Anthony Castle to you for admission to the degree of Doctor of Letters honoris causa. Theatre production in Australia would not be what it is today without the undeniable mark that national and international musical theatre producer Michael Castle has made on the industry. Over the last 20 years, through his passion and unwavering commitment, Michael has brought acclaimed international productions to Australian theatres with much fanfare and success. Michael's sheer determination, commitment, forward-thinking and dynamic character is what has catapulted him into the successful producer and CEO he is today. As a young child, Michael had ambitions to be part of the entertainment industry. However, it wasn't until his first trip at 12 years old to see Harry M. Miller's production of Jesus Christ Superstar that Michael's career trajectory changed from performer to producer. In 1999, after continued success with Carols by Candlelight events, Michael staged the Australia Day Spectacular, which saw nearly 55,000 people attend, the biggest concert ever staged in Wollongong at that time. At 21, Michael was hired to help set up the Disney Theatrical Group's Australian operations. Hired as a personal assistant at the time, he was soon put in charge of running local productions of The Lion King in Melbourne and later in China. He would go on to work as the Director of International for the next 5 years before returning to Australia and founding his own successful production company. Michael's tenacity has seen him enjoy a global meteoric rise, gaining global momentum and allowing him to revolutionise Australian and international theatre. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Michael was an advocate for the performing arts industry, ensuring financial support for the arts sector. This continued championing ensured that there was an industry to return to as we emerge from the pandemic. His work has not gone unnoticed, having been the recipient of several theatre awards. In 2018 alone, he received the Helpman Award for Best Musical, as well as a Most Outstanding Main Stage Musical Award and the Outstanding Contribution to Theatre Award from the Glugs. Chancellor, Michael is a visionary with a passion for the arts and a head for business. He has tirelessly built his brand through determination, commitment and hard work. A born leader, Michael is a role model for any aspiring artist or business person. It is a privilege to present Michael Anthony Castle to be admitted as an Honorary Doctor of Letters of the University of Wollongong.
Very proud, Andy. In the name of the Council and by my authority as Chancellor, I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Letters Honoris Causa of the University of Wollongong.
It now gives me great pleasure to introduce Mr. Michael Castle to give the occasional address today. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Michael Castle.
Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor and President, members of the University, distinguished guests, friends and family, and graduates. I'm genuinely thrilled to be joining you today. I want to thank the University of Wollongong for presenting me with an honorary doctorate. Having grown up in Minamurra, it's indeed a great privilege to receive this from my local university. Today, I'm in awe of what you have all achieved as graduates. Finishing university is a milestone for anyone, but what your cohort has been through more than most. You've completed the bulk of your studies in a surreal environment. Isolated from your friends and your fellow students, you've had to draw on your own resources in ways that your predecessors have not. Now, it may not be obvious now, but as some of us are just starting to discover, the experiences of the last 2 years will, I hope, equip you for life. Your resilient, pragmatic, and innovative approach to your studies will support your contributions well beyond your university days. When you face your next obstacle, you'll remember how you got through these past few years and the strength that you gained from them. And I hope that you'll have the courage to rise to further challenges because you've already proved that you can. Now, I used to think that my biggest challenge as a theatre producer would be putting on a show that flopped. But then COVID hit and we went from a thriving business to zero activity in a day. We closed our shows down with hundreds of employees scattered all around the world, unable to work. The business that I'd spent years dreaming about and the past 8 years building suddenly had nothing to do for the foreseeable future. Now, as a producer, it's my strong belief that one of your key responsibilities is to be optimistic, to focus on the future, and to motivate those who breathe life into our shows. But I'll have to admit that even I was just a little despondent. You see, my team and I couldn't fall back on that age-old expression of show business that the show must go on. But that's what we had to do. The show would eventually go on, and we all had to take that giant leap of faith to nurture, to support, to create, and advocate for our industry so that there would indeed be an industry to return to, and when it was time, shows for audiences to enjoy. 2 years on, I now know that there are far worse things than a box office flop, and I'm incredibly excited that my team and I are now taking on our most ambitious projects yet. This part of the world, the Illawarra, is dear to me. The person I've become is grounded in the boy who grew up here and the dreams that he entertained. It's here that it's true I amassed an impressive collection of rejection letters, all sent to me in response to letters that I'd started sending out as a young child, desperate to abandon school and go and secure my job in the entertainment industry. And it's here in Wollongong, that in Year 12, I finally received my first job offer from the theatre producer Harry M. Miller. I finally had my ticket to pursue my childhood ambition. And now, you're about to embark on your own journey. I'm excited to see what chapters you'll write, and indeed, what contributions you will make. I certainly hope that some of you here today might pursue a career in the arts, in theatre or entertainment. My advice to you today is simply this: whatever dreams you have fostered, go and pursue them now. Trust your abilities, because they've got you this far, and know that the experiences of the past 2 years will steel you for what lies ahead. Do what matters most to you, and to borrow a line from the composer and the lyricist Lin-Manuel Miranda, put yourself in the room where it happens. My congratulations to you all.
Thank you, Michael, for that really inspirational address, and I think that really upbeat message, an important message, that one thing we've taken away from COVID and our graduates have taken away is that they have found resilience, and they have, as Auntie May said, they've pushed through. So thank you, Michael. I would now like to call upon Dr. Lauren J. Samuelson to give the vote of thanks. Lauren graduates today with a Doctor of Philosophy. Lauren's PhD was inspired by eating food at her grandmother's table. Her thesis, A Matter of Taste, the Australian Women's Weekly and the Birth of Modern Australian Food Culture, 1933 to 1982, explores the links, the cultural links between our Australian heritage and how we eat and why. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Lauren J. Samuelson.
Chancellor, members of the University, distinguished guests, fellow graduates, family and friends. It is my great honour and privilege to be standing in front of you to present the vote of thanks on behalf of all graduates of the Faculty of Arts, Social Sciences and Humanities who are here today. I think that I can speak for all of us when I say that this day, the end of our journey at UOW, feels like it has been a long time coming. We will leave here today walking into a world which is very different to the one that we knew when we started here. Over the past few years, we have heard the words unprecedented and unexpected and uncertain so many times that perhaps they have come to lose their meaning. Now, though, I would like you to think upon them. In times that are unprecedented, unexpected, and uncertain, the world needs people who can think rationally, abstractly, and most of all, creatively. It needs people like us. During our time at UOW, we have honed our abilities to deal with uncertainty. We have become flexible and resilient. We have learned how to deal with the unprecedented. We have all overcome many hardships to be here today. Finishing a degree in the midst of a global pandemic is no easy feat. We have practiced collaboration and teamwork, both necessary during the unexpected. We are creative, we are empathetic, and we walk forward with knowledge that will help us help the world, even if only in our own small ways. On behalf of my fellow students, I would like to extend my thanks to the University of Wollongong, to all of the teachers, academics, and staff who have helped us to become the graduates that you see here before you. Thank you for inspiring us, for encouraging us, and for your ongoing hard work and effort to create an environment that allowed us to develop our skills. The opportunities we have been afforded here in this most tumultuous of times cannot be overlooked. We will be forever grateful. I would also like to express gratitude to today's guest speaker, Mr. Michael Castle. His words of wisdom will travel with us from here today. Thank you. To all of our parents, siblings, partners, and friends who have gathered here in person or who are watching from all over the world online, thank you. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for your sacrifices in doing so. And thank you, most of all, for simply being there. Finally, to my fellow graduates, congratulations. It's been a really long road, one with lockdowns, isolation, illness, masks, and toilet paper shortages. It has also been a road that has really given us an appreciation for the little things, to seeing our friends and families, to travelling, to being able to celebrate today. As we leave here today, let us look forward to the future in a world that needs people like us. I can't wait to see what we do.
Thank you, Dr. Samuelson, for that vote of thanks. So, graduates, families, and friends, we are near the end of our ceremony today. I'd like to warmly thank the students and staff who volunteered their time today to assist with the celebration. And also, I'd like us all to reflect on what a wonderful celebration we've had, being able to come together to bring 3 years' worth of cohorts of students together in what just was a week ago, 3 baseball courts. There's been a massive team effort behind the scenes to make this possible. So I'd like to very warmly thank all of the staff and students across UOW who rolled up their sleeves and leaned in to make this day possible. Thank you. We now wish to share with you our graduation video. We hope this video will encourage you to reflect on the infinite moments that have led you to where you are sitting here today.
Everything we've done has led towards today. But graduation seems singular. After all, it's one day, one degree, one end and one beginning. Think about it this way though. If we divide today by 4 years,
or 5 years,
Or 3 years.
or 8 years,
the equation becomes clearer. Because today isn't just an event or a graduation or a moment of change. It's what we've created through 24 subjects.
11 all-nighters.
357 books read.
54 5,000-word essays,
40 monologues critiqued.
154 films watched.
And 4 films made. Let's be real though. Our experience is way bigger than just the classroom. You've got to factor in
665 hypotheses.
6 heated dramas,
2 semesters abroad, 5 new cultures experienced,
12 concerts attended,
843 waves ridden,
169 hours lounging around.
17 dance parties.
2 major heartbreaks.
and more lifelong friendships than we can count.
When we take those experiences, the long days, late nights and early mornings into the equation, we realise that graduation at the University of Wollongong isn't just some singular thing.
That it's a transition from finding our purpose
to changing our world with the purpose we found.
That our passport to the future has been stamped.
With the mark of a globally respected education.
And most importantly, we realise the moments that led up to this are
a tapestry,
a symphony,
an equation,
a 65,000-year-old history.
We realise that though today is a single moment, graduation is much bigger than any one day. Because, like an algorithm made up of bits of code,
or a building built from many bricks,
or a community built from many different people, today is the result of our
experiments,
experiences,
tests,
trials,
and victories.
So that's what we celebrate today. Not the cap, not the gown, but the infinite number of moments we shared at the University of Wollongong.
So we're about to close. What an amazing afternoon we've had. One of the advantages of being up here under the spotlights is that I get to see so many glowing, happy, curious and proud faces. But I also got to see the faces when Mahalia was performing, and I swear if she did it again, this group over here would be dancing. They were really having to hold themselves down. And then when we heard Michael and his inspiring words, I could see a lot of people starting on their job applications on their phones. So beware, Michael. But I would like to ask you to join me in congratulating our graduates in our traditional way. If the graduates would remain seated whilst the rest of the audience stand. And you've probably all been wanting to stand for about 2 hours, so you can shake. Let's give the graduates a warm round of applause. I also got the sense, as people, you can sit if you like or stand, I don't mind. I also got the sense, as a number of the graduates are coming up, that there might be some parties happening after this, so don't want to stand between you and a party. But the team at UIW have also put a beautiful marquee up outside for light refreshments, so you and your family friends are very welcome to join us. And our Aboriginal community leaders will lead the academic procession, followed by the graduates and then our VIPs. So if we follow this order, we will all be out of here more quickly. If you please sort of stay where you are, you don't have to sit, you can stand while we leave. But if you follow the directions of the ushers, you'll be out enjoying the hospitality before you know it. So I now declare this ceremony closed. I thank you all so much for giving up your time and wish you all the very best.